2 months. It's been 2 months since I last did an art journal. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, here we are. This was supposed to be me getting good at art, me getting better. Yeah, I'm gonna do that drawing 6 times a year. It hasn't been nothing since last art journal. I've done like little doodles in my downtime at work. I had a very funny, I donate blood sometimes. And one of the last times I donated, I was sat across from this man who was looking at his phone the entire length of his 40-minute donation. And he had the most distressed look on his face the entire time. And it was so, like bro was going through it. I felt bad, but it was also hilarious. So, like, I don't take pictures of strangers in public. I think that's rude. And also, you're not allowed to in the donation place because it violates people's privacy. So I doodled a little face of him. And I thought it looked pretty good. It was funny when I showed it to people and told them that story. But yeah, I've drawn a couple things in the time since the last art journal, but this is obviously the only one since. Hopefully I can make that change. Hopefully I can do these at least once a week to actually get progress going and get people to actually see some progress as each one goes by, and so I don't stagnate. Oh boy. Okay. So, what we're drawing today, this is the mascot of a very popular YouTuber and VTuber and other kind of tuber. I wish she had made her mascot like a, what's a creature that eats tubers? A hedgehog? Like, not an anteater, they eat ants. So something that roots in the ground for tubers, so that joke could have landed better. But this is the mascot of Viva Reverie, who is, you may know her as the maker of the Really, Really Fast series, particularly JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Really, Really Fast. Those are some of the most popular JoJo fan creations ever. Like, I listened to her part 3 one, or her behind the scenes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it's Really, Really Fast 3. Pull it up real quick. 17 million views it has. So then, wait a second, no. 19 million views it has. I was looking at Death Note Really, Really Fast, which has 1.7. But Stardust Crusaders has 19 million views. I was watching, this is crazy. I was watching her, she's been making videos like once a year or so of the behind the scenes of each of her JoJo's Really, Really Fast videos. And at the time she was recording it, she said it had 17 million views. And that was a couple years ago. So in the 2 years since, it's gotten 2 million views. Holy shit. I wish I could ever make anything ever that popular. That would be neat. But anyway, yeah, I've been listening to her more longer form videos recently, just whenever I need to fill the time, or just have something to listen to when I'm driving or working on things. I love her mascot. I think this little bat spider creature is so adorable, and I really love it. I really like this version of it, her old one, that you can see if you go back and most easily if you go back and watch Battle Tendency behind the scenes on her channel from a few years ago. That was when she had, I forget which version of it was. The version of this mascot previous to the one I'm using as reference. I liked that one. I thought it was cute and it served its purpose, but this one, her more modern one, it's so expressive. And it has a lot more little details to it. Like, I like the hair elements a lot more. Even though I left out some of them by accident in drawing this, which was my fuck up. I like its coloration. I don't know if she changed the actual tones of it, like the very like the baby blue and the pink. I don't know if she changed those shades, but for somehow, or if she did, or somehow, whatever, it just looks better with this model, I think. Maybe it's the shading, maybe she changed what tone it is, but I think it looks a lot better here. I like the actual shape. I think it's more expressive. I just love it. And I needed something to draw, and you know what? I decided to take a crack at this, and I think it came out very well. You should notice, as this goes on, a lot less swaying. So, in the last art journal, my little gooseneck phone holder I use, it was attached to the little black table you're seeing me draw on, and that resulted in every time my hand would do a little shimmy shimmy to sketch, it would make the table shake, which would make the holder shake, which would make the phone shake, all like hell. And that resulted in a not good viewing experience for the 6 of you that watched it. Which, to those 6 people, I really appreciate you. If you even open this video, I appreciate you. But yeah, instead I've got attached to a different table now. It will still shimmy sometimes, especially when at a certain point my dog knocked into it. And that made it shake like crazy. And I was very cross with him for that. I was very upset. Naughty boy. Sipping my Coca-Cola. But yeah, overall this setup should work a lot better with a lot less shaking. And should result in a much better viewing experience, I hope. Talking about YouTubers that I'm envious of. Something I've been grappling with that I've talked about in other journals is envy of other content creators. I look at people that have millions of views on videos and have over a decade of experience in building up their channel, and I just wish, like, I wish I could just make it happen. I wish I could just snap my fingers, and even if I couldn't just have it immediately, just guarantee I could. Because for every, like, Team 4-Star or Super Best Friends or, like, old veterans of YouTube, like, for every PewDiePie, you can find just countless channels that did their work for years, did their work since, like, the old days of YouTube, and never particularly got big views. And it's scary. Like the uncertainty of it is fucking frightening. Like, I've had videos that got very significant view counts. The first part of the World of Darkness videos about Big D, that has 27,000 views now, which is fucking crazy. Like, my channel, pull up my channel real quick. I have 689 subscribers, which we've gotten a whole lot more viewers recently. Welcome to the channel, if any of you are watching this. Holy shit, that's a lot of growth in just a little bit. But for a channel that has sub 1,000 subscribers, like just barely breaking past 500, a video getting 27K is very significant. That's great. That's amazing. And, like, I should just be happy with that I got that at all. But then, like, the Fallout video got 10K, and it's like, okay, we're evening out. And then Art Journal, and then the subsequent got 8.8, and then the Kitten video got 9.9, and I thought, okay, we're hitting our median. I should be able to roughly expect somewhere in the ballpark to 8 to 9K views on these World of Darkness videos. And then our latest video about vampires with Kevin in the thumbnail, 544 views in 2 weeks. That's heartbreaking. That's still significant. That's most of my subscribers watch that video. That's something I should be happy with as a small time channel. But I just can't get my eyes off the 27K. That fucking Phelan video from a year ago now, or almost a year ago, or a little over. I forget, when was it? I haven't scrolled that far for it. It's fucking right there. Dungeon Meshi, Biology, Realism, and Chimera Phelan, 74,000 views. Blew my fucking mind. That's how I feel. Every time I see that video, every time I scroll back to it, I just sigh. Cause I was so ecstatic. I was so fucking happy when I saw that number. And just fuck, man. I've been chasing it for a year and I haven't gotten anything that even comes close to it. And the Big D video came close. 27,000 is crazy. And in 3 months, I've petered out back down to 500, and it makes it every time a video spikes like that, I get ecstatic, and then it also comes with the anxiety. What if this is the last big video I ever make and nothing ever comes close again? Like, what if the Big D video is the last time I break like 5-digit views? Shit. That's scary. And like, I don't know if being a big YouTuber like Viva Reverie or anyone else that gets big number of views, I don't know if that would fix this. Like, does it just go up in scale? Like, if I had 500,000 subscribers, would a 100,000 view video have the same effect on me that the Kevin video is having now? Even though 100,000 views is obscene to think about to me right now. Like, that's crazy to me. Would it just be the same? It's just by scale? I don't know. I don't know, but from where I'm sitting now, it feels like I would be more secure and potentially moving on to goals I have as a writer, as a content creator, if I could just guarantee getting that much attention on my content. Someone's channel that actually helped me fight this was what's his name? I wrote it down. Pat Manzi. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I'm gonna feel like a huge dickhead if I'm not. He makes these very popular shorts. He's exclusively uploaded shorts of like historical skits and jokes about the Roman Empire or mostly different parts of history, although he has branched out to other kinds of skits. He's been recently doing a vampire boyfriend skits where the gimmick is he's playing someone's vampire boyfriend. I didn't need to explain the joke. Those he's been doing quite a few of. I was going through his content, like going back to when like his earliest content, because I've been eyeballing shorts and potentially making them. And I was trying to get a feel for like, okay, his are popular. Let's see what he did that was working well. And going back to his oldest stuff, it was like 8,000 views, 7,000 views, 5,000 views. And it's like, oh, okay. Humble beginnings, functional for like a big channel for starting. And then going through his content, finding that first video that's listed at like 500,000 views. And the very next thing comes up 13,000. And holy shit. If I upload something that got 500,000 people, a football stadium's worth of people watching, and then the very next thing had a fraction of that, I think I'd throw myself off a cliff. Jesus, I don't know how he does it. Like, I'd never paid attention to view counts, because shorts don't come up with the view count of the video when you load it up to watch it. At least not on mobile, which is mostly where I do my YouTube watching. And like, I'd never seen just how sharply his content could spike. Like, he'll readily make 4 to 5 digit views, like easily. But every now and then something will just take the fuck off and spike to upwards of like 600,000 views. And like what blew me away what just blew my fucking mind and made me have like a lot of respect for him as a content creator was I was going through his content. I found he has the skit he used to do. He probably will again because it's getting more popular. But he had done this skit where it's like two women in medieval Europe talking about, oh, he's prone to melancholy. Would you let him come into your castle? I wouldn't let him come into my castle. Forsooth, forsooth. Like that's the bit. Like it's girl talk, but medieval ages. And the first time it comes up, he did 3 shorts of that skit. And at the current time, they have like 13,000, 16,000, 9,000. Like for the number of subscribers he has, low view counts. And then he uploaded something else that was in the like 180,000 view range. Like a massive spike over. That's 10 times the view count. That's obscene. And if I were in his position, I would have written off the medieval girl talk skit. I would have written it off as a failure. Just okay, that didn't take off as well. I'm gonna capitalize on this that did. And the next thing he uploaded was the medieval girl talk skit. And it had the same view count. And he just kept going and making his content. And like it was just eye-opening seeing what I'm assuming looking back based on just his videos when they were uploaded and their view counts. He tried something, and relative to the size of his channel, it didn't land as well as it could have. And then something else landed like a fucking home run pitch. And he, like, instead of chasing that, like I would have, and giving up on, well, I'm assuming he wanted to do, because he made 3 of the damn skits. I'm assuming it was a joke he wanted to play with. Like, I would have given up on it regardless of how I felt. Like, no matter how much I wanted to do it, I would have been like, okay, the popular thing. And he didn't. He went back to, I'm assuming, something he wanted to do without chasing the views. And fuck. It's, like I don't know if I could. If I was in his position and saw that kind of spike, I don't know if I'd be able to. Like you guys can go back in my and watch me chase. Go back in my channel and watch me chase that dungeon meshy high I had trying to recapture that Phelan video. So yeah, that was the lesson I took away looking at his channel. Was being if you want to be a content creator, you have to make smart decisions. You have to decide what has a good audience right now, what are people searching for, etc. That's always going to play a part of it. But you also have to have a strong enough will to not be broken by your analytics. You have to choose, I'm going to make this because I want to, regardless of the view count. And that has to stay true even when it's hard. So yeah, I hope I can be a creator like him. I hope I can hold the line and make what I want to, and not, because if I were in that position and I tried to chase the thing, chances are I'd miss the mark on what made it popular, or I'd try to rush it to get another one out as fast as possible or something, and it would have fucking flopped anyway. So it wouldn't have even mattered. And I can say that looking at that situation objectively. But if I were in his shoes and actually having to deal with it, I'd probably be freaking the fuck out. So yeah, when I sat down to record a journal, my best friend's texting me. Probably picked up on that vibration. I decided to write down and make a little outline of what I want to talk about, so I wasn't as rambly. I'm still fucking rambly. You're 20 minutes into it. You can tell I'm still rambly. But to at least at least stay somewhat structured. He's something I was Jesus Christ, Elliot. He's someone that I was thinking about recently in regards to his content and how it the lesson I pulled from it. Uh Outside of the YouTube's oh wait, I passed over something. YouTube fucking sucks now. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but apparently YouTube is playing with the idea of more and longer unskippable ads that play more frequently. Fuck that. I don't know how you people feel about it, but fuck that. I've also discovered, based on people talking about their experiences, YouTube, if it catches you using ad block, they could easily just like, I don't know, ban you or something because terms of service. No, what they do is they throttle your buffering. I don't use ad block because I'm too fucking stupid to figure out how it works, but apparently if you use ad block frequently, you'll get buffering trouble. And a handy little pop-up is YouTube going, "Oh no, is your video not loading? That's crazy. Maybe if you turn off ad block, that'll help fix it." Wink, wink. And it's like, fuck you, YouTube, and your extortion bullshit. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping for a blue sky to Twitter situation where a big name, everyone is using it platform that you could never think of failing, dips so fuck nasty hard, a rival can usurp at least some of its share of the market and launch and become a big name as well. I don't think anything's gonna tank YouTube. I don't think we're gonna see a YouTube killer on the horizon just totally take over as the premier video sharing site. But if something of at least like blue sky to Twitter ratio came up and was like, "Hey, if you're sick of YouTube's bullshit, you can come here." Like, I'll be honest, I will gladly jump ship. Fuck YouTube. I wish I'd gotten in on this shit like a decade ago. Things would have been a lot better, or at least I would have had more of a footing to work with. I could have gotten big before it went to shit, but now I've got to get in as much of a footing as I can before it goes to shit, so I can have a percentage of that footing when we move over to a new thing. So yeah, YouTube's going down the drain. That's super cool. Moving on from YouTube stuff to what I've been up to outside of making content. Nightreign. Holy shit, it's great. Nightreign has just totally taken over my game time. I didn't have the highest opinion of it going in. Like I thought, oh, it's just the Elden Ring assets blundered into knockoff Fortnite. I don't really give a fuck. But then my little brother picked it up, and he adored it right out the gate. So that led me to think, okay, maybe it'll be worth a shot, and I picked it up. If it had been listed at like full price, like $60, I still wouldn't have. But because it was just sitting at what is it, 40? It's lower than a normal full price game, especially nowadays when Borderlands 4 true fans will make it work, $80. Jesus Christ. Which I'm probably not gonna get in on. I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale. But yeah, Nightreign, like I picked it up and just like immediately that first run it clicked. I was like, oh, this is the dopamine right. I'm digging this. Just everything about its formula from the way the different characters play. I've played at least a run with each character, and I love all of them. I love all of the whole cast. Like there's not a single loser in the bunch. I think if I was going to list one that's my least favorite, fuck. I think it would be Raider. Even though I'm like a big strength build, like every Souls game from Demon Souls all the way up to Elden Ring, like I've always done strength, at least a strength build run. Like even though like when I plan on going for a strength build, I build for Wilder instead. Because with Raider, it's like one. I don't particularly care for his default design. I think the skull helmet is cool, but otherwise he's just a big furry brown blob that doesn't have much distinction to him. And it just doesn't work for me. I'm gonna be getting one of his alt outfits like as soon as possible because he's just ugly. But it's also like his passive just being a supplemental effect to his active skill is kind of weak. Like we saw that in Apex with characters like fuck, who's a good example? Like Caustic. Like his passive being, what was it? When someone is in your gas, you can sense them or some shit. And it's like, why isn't my gas just doing that by default? And I can have a real passive. That'd be cool, right? Like when you're designing a character like a hero cast game like this, where you have a cast and they each have a passive, an active, and an ultimate. None of those three should be dependent on another for its use. Like your passive shouldn't just be an effect that takes place when you use your active or whatever. Like that's lame. That's really weak. And I thought we'd learn that with Apex, but apparently not. Because Raider's passive is just an effect that plays into his active. And that's lame. And his ult is like it summons fuck, how does it even work? It doesn't explain it well to you. It summons a big rock and it has an aura buff, I think, because I glow red around it. The game's not really clear on what the fuck it does. And does it deal damage? Is it just meant to give you a boost up? I don't know. Like out of all the ults, like Wilder's is big damage. Guardians is just instantly res teammates. Iron Eyes is big damage, but long. Like it's clear what other effects are and what other abilities are, but Raider's big rock is just kind of awkward. Other than that, I know I just said I fucking love Nightreign, and the first thing I do is complain. But yeah, I love all of the casts. Like even as much as Raider is the least of them to me, I still very much enjoy playing as him, and I love his playstyle, and I love like working him into the playstyles of other characters. I really love just the constant just going, the constant, where am I going? What am I looking for? What do I need? What upgrade should I aim for? Do I need more kit or do I need upgrade materials? We just killed a big thing. Do I need a passive boost or do I need a new piece of kit from the rock that he drops? Like where's the ring? What can we get before the ring closes? Like it's just constant processing information, but without the pressure of battle royales where it's like, oh, I'll sit down and play Apex on my one day off I have this week for like an hour. Oh, I'm not going to win a single match because no matter what, by the end of it, I'm going to come up against some sweaty fucking teenager that plays 16 hours a day every single day. Just inherently, I'm not going to win that. Like the fact that Nightreign is cooperative and PvE inherently lets you have the battle royale circle closing in dynamic without just a vast skill discrepancy blowing you out of the fucking water. Like even if you don't get to play that often and you don't really know how it works, you can just pick a character you like, drop in, and just follow your teammates. At least one of them will just pick places and go. And you can just tack onto them and go wherever they go. And you will do just fine in terms of getting gear and leveling up. So yeah, Nightreign has just totally blown me out of the water. I expected very little and I got very much. And I'm happy with that. Helldivers 2 is still a goddamn mess. It is amazing to me that that Helldivers 2 has managed to ping pong so rapidly between we're so back and it's so over. The fucking open the subreddit now. You will find the meme of everything since launch that has ping ponged back and forth, and it getting better and worse with each one. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy how each new awful thing can be like, this is the worst thing that has happened to a game ever. And then the next thing after is, this is the best thing that's happened to a game ever. And then the next, this is the worst thing that can happen to a game ever, is worse than the last one. And they keep bringing it back and they keep tanking it. Every update it breaks. Every single update, there's game-breaking bugs. How? How is your QA so trash that every update you have game-breaking bugs? It blows my fucking mind. The new war bond we got. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really happy with it overall. So breaking it down piece by piece. The new rifle we got does significantly less damage than any other rifle in the game. Does 50 damage, which is less than half of some others. But its purpose is to stun. It does a stun effect. So you're doing less damage, but you're stunning enemies to lock them down or to open them up to something else, whatever. And I hate it. I don't hate it. I like it for what it is. Like, if I were coordinating with a party of friends, I'd consider running it to be like, okay, I'll run this to hold back waves as you land kill shots with your tenderizer or whatever that's actually meant to deal damage. Like, that's the role it's built to play, you can tell. And for serving that job, I can get behind it. But without someone to capitalize on that opening, it just fucking sucks. It has a very shallow magazine capacity. It doesn't do anything else to it doesn't have heavy pen or anything like that. I don't know why it would have heavy pen. Even if it had heavy pen, that wouldn't do much for it, but fuck, man. Trading out like not having the eruptor, not having the tenderizer, like not having the dead eye in exchange for a stun effect. And it's bugged. If you run in a team with multiple people, the stun effect is shorter. At a full team, it might as well not even be there. Holy shit, right? just overall, it feels kind of half-cooked. I'm all for the job it does that's built to do, but I'm not going to take that job. I'd rather just have the fucking eruptor. The smart pistol, that blew me away. I didn't think that's what that was going to be. The Warbond introduced a pistol that you can lock onto things like you do with the spear, and the bullets will fly directly to the target. That's really cool. It's really great for clearing mobs at like lower mobs at like medium range. It's really good against the bugs because I noticed like a lot of bug planets, you get a lot less visibility with like their smoke clouds and their clouds they make whenever they come out of bug holes and whatnot. So if you just know there's bugs out there, but you can't really see them, the lock-on of the pistol will really help nail them through visual obstruction. I don't know why it's a 3-round burst. I especially don't know why it's a 3-round burst with a magazine that's not divisible by 3. I kind of fucking hate that. But other than that, I think the pistol is a good addition. It's not mind-blowing or anything. I still prefer the Talon. But I will swap over to it just for funsies. What else did they introduce? The de-escalator. I almost forgot. The shock grenade launcher. So they introduced the base grenade launcher, which is just a belt-fed grenade launcher. But this one deals stun and shock damage. So you shoot a grenade, and the impact of the grenade is the equivalent of a Tesla arc coil, or like the arc tower, the zappy tower. It's the equivalent of one of those zaps in like an AoE, which, holy shit, is that really good. That's really good. I like how, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to have the issue of sometimes Helldivers will try to be realistic and munitions will ricochet if you fire at too shallow of an angle. So like if you're shooting at something and you aim downwards, like in real life, and you aim downwards at the ground, sometimes whether it's bullets or explosives or whatever, sometimes you will hit at a shallow enough angle that your projectile does not discharge its force into what you hit. It will skip off of it. You can see that a lot with the eruptor. Sometimes you will hit the ground intending to use your explosive AoE to clear a bunch of mobs, but instead your round skips off the ground and keeps going. It's very fucking annoying. And that's why, unless you're like significantly elevated above what you're aiming at, you should always try to hit a target, like an enemy, so that you can guarantee it will go off and hit the enemies around it. But anyway, sometimes the base grenade launcher does that. And as far as I can tell, the de-escalator, the new static one, does not. And I'm very happy for that, because that's really fucking annoying. The only downside to taking it over the base grenade launcher is it's not explosive. So what that means is whenever you go to clear for the bugs, it's their nests with their holes in the ground that you have to shoot explosive down to destroy it. For the bots, it's their fabricators, the little factories with the air vents. And if you get an explosive into the vent, it instantly blows it up. And for the bugs, it's their, not the bugs, fuck the Illuminate, the squids. For the squids, it's their parked UFOs that have the open bay doors. And if you break their shield and get an explosive in the bay door, it blows it up. That's what the explosive tag means. It means for those spawn buildings, the bug holes, the bot fabricators, and the squid UFOs, if you get an explosive, either a grenade or a round from any kind of explosive gun, anything that has the explosive tag, if you get that in the hole of the thing, it will instantly blow it up. So like if you throw a grenade down a bug hole, it'll blow it up and bugs will stop spawning there. That's because it's explosive. It has to be explosive, the tag, to do that. So if you take like a flashbang grenade, it won't blow up a bug hole. If you take the de-escalator and you fire rounds into these targets, it will not blow them up. That's really sad. I can get why that would functionally make the base grenade launcher worthless and obsolete. It still sucks because it's a lot of utility and clearing out objectives. You never realize how important that. So most people run the eruptor or the recoilless rifle or something that has multiple explosives to it. So that if you get to one of those objectives, you can go, okay, I'll deal with it easy, and you just fire eruptor rounds down the bug holes or whatever. You don't realize how important that is until you run a match and you don't have any explosives at all. The only explosives I brought were my 3 thermite grenades, and there's 12 bug holes here. Shit. So yeah, another option that is less of that is significantly distressing. I'm of the opinion a really good booster. So Helldivers 2 is having kind of a balancing crisis where if you've never played it, when you go to finalize your loadout before going into a mission, there are boosters you can pick. These perks that apply to the whole team. They can be like take less damage or run more, etc. And 3 are dominating the pick. 1 is take less damage, 2 is you can run more, and 3 is you spawn with a full ammo count. So when you normally spawn, you only have like 2/3 of your ammo, 2 of your force stems, and 2/3 of your grenades. But with this, when you spawn in, you have you're fully loaded. Those 3 are almost universally picked 99% of the time. And then whoever's 4th gets to pick fucking lesser enemy patrols or whatever. Like there's very little in the way of boosters that are like shaking up that meta. Like you look at the other ones, and like the most useful of all of them is experimental infusion, which is the one that makes it so that whenever you're healed, either by your own stems or a friend's stem pistol, it you don't detract from your stamina for a little bit, and you heal a lot faster. So if you get whacked after taking it, like you'll heal back the damage. It's most commonly picked for fourth, but I don't pick it for fourth because I'll be real. That fucking vignette it puts on your screen, I fucking hate it. I can't see shit when experimental infusions are going. I can't stand it. The recent Warbond included what was it? I need to look it up. It was good enough that it was stun drop pods. So the Fire Warbond introduced Hellfire drop pods, which made it so that whenever a pod carrying a Helldiver respawning, carrying a supply pack, or carrying like a support weapon, anytime a thing dropped from your ship, it would make a big ass fire poof when it landed, which meant you could drop them on enemies to take out some of them, or when you spawned in and you came back, if you hot dropped and dropped in amidst a bunch of enemies, you were guaranteed to take some of them out and give yourself some space. And everyone hated it because it killed each other a lot. Lots of team kills from that. Because people would not realize it's active, and someone would call in a supply pod, and they'd run over and stand right next to the beacon like a dumbass, and then get fireproofed. And it was big, not fun, because they wouldn't fucking listen. So they introduced, it's the same effect, but it's the stun effect. So instead of being lethal to you, it will only damage you if you're like so close that the drop pod will have just dropped on you. And instead, it just knocks you over and saps all of your stamina if you're that close to it. Which is still unfortunate, but just don't stand next to shit that's dropping in. And it makes it so that if you're like getting hounded by enemies and you're calling in your support weapons and your supply pods, you can drop them on enemy groups and they will be stunned. And if you're spawning in and you want to hot drop and get in the midst of the action, you can drop your pod in around a bunch of enemies. And oh, lo and behold, they're stunned now. You can get the fuck out or take out a bunch of them or whatever you want to do. I find it is the closest any booster has come to usurping the main three. It is definitely, if the main three are already picked when I'm joining in, the stun pods are absolutely what I'm picking. I would really like to see something else of its utility and capability come in with the next Warbond. That is my expectation. These are my expectations for the next Warbond, alright? Arrowhead, listen up. I want no massive bucks, and I want a booster that comes at least as close to stun pods to rivaling the main three meta. I want boosters that can diversify builds and actually make you choose, wait, what would be most useful? And compared to take less damage and have more stamina and have more bullets, it's really hard to be more useful in that. And I feel that. I'm sympathetic, guys. But shit. like give us something, man. Like we need something. We need something to bust this up because every drop is the same. But yeah, I'm still in love with Helldivers 2. Through everything we've been through everything they've done, I'm still in love with them. So yeah, that's mostly been what's going on with me outside of YouTube is Nightreign and Helldivers 2 and work. I work a lot. Work has been kicking my ass recently. But you do what you gotta do. So yeah, the future of the channel, to wrap this up. I have a whole bunch of ideas kicking. I know I've been saying that for a while now. One of the things I've been thinking about is like a horror corner where I cover like horror movies. because I love horror movies and I like to talk about them. I was going to make a Evil Dead Rise video, a video about Evil Dead Rise, because I really liked Rise. I thought Rise was a just fantastic addition to the Evil Dead series. And if I could get footage of it, I would. Fucking Netflix took it down like a bunch of assholes. So that was cool of them. I recently watched Smile, which is also on Netflix, I believe. And that shook me up. That was actually pretty good. I did not have high expectations of it. But it definitely surprised me with how good it was. And I've since been spoiled on Smile 2, so fuck me, I guess. But I would like to make a video about why I think those movies are good. Another idea I've been kicking around is like dramatic, fuck, how do I phrase this? Like videos covering like big names in fantasy, like the Houses of Westeros and the Witchers, and like either big characters or big facets of like each video is a different fantasy staple, and just going over it in a dramatic monologue. I thought that would be really fun to do because I love fantasy too. Those are two things I'm thinking of digging into. We are still going to get World of Darkness videos. I promise. I'm very much enjoying, as hard as it is to get visual elements, I only have Hunter the Parenting to work with. And also like random art from the fucking early aughts that White Wolf decided to use. I am working on them. They are difficult because it's hard to get visual elements, but I do enjoy making them. And people seem to like them. So those are still going to be made, I promise. But yeah. Channel is, despite the setback with the vampire video, channel is going at least steadily strong. We're getting more subscribers. We're still growing. This is just a normal setback that channels get as they grow. It stings. It's always going to sting when you put up a video and it doesn't get as many views as you expected. But it's you just gotta roll with it and just take it for what it is. So yeah, that's where we're at and that's where we're going. Thank you. Jesus Christ, I've been talking for 48 minutes. Oh my god, the drawing only took 52. If I just kept talking for another 5, I wouldn't even have to like edit the video. I wouldn't have to. So I record the drawing and this audio by phone. I don't really have options to work with my PC like I do with my other videos. So when I do the art journals, I have to do them entirely by phone. And that includes things like using the gooseneck holder to hold it up, like I was talking about earlier. But that also means I have to do all my editing by phone. And I'm used to Shotcut, which is the software I use on PC. And not being able to use Shotcut is difficult because it's what I'm used to. And the software that I use on phone, they tried their best, damn it. They really did. They it works fine enough. It's easy enough to use. It's just I prefer the space in the widescreen. Not that my PC monitor is widescreen, but the wider screen of working on PC and being able to use my mouse instead of my fat fucking thumbs. That's really, oh boy, that's I really wish I could do that. I wish I could just transfer the fucking video and the fucking audio and just put them over on PC, but I can't. I'm just not allowed to for some goddamn reason. And it's really unpleasant because I would prefer working on PC. But no, I gotta do it by phone. It's hard to edit and I hate it. I forget what started that rant. I've been talking for 50 minutes. My God. You know what? Also, speaking of YouTubers, Mike Burnfire and Zach Hazard. They're a pair that I've been listening to for quite a long time, and their work is really inspiring to me as a newer creator, because like just seeing just how rapidly their content will fluctuate in views, and for so long too. They've been at it for what, fucking decade. Hold on a second. I can pull up their channel now. Let's see. There's their channel playlist. Where's their Fallout? No, I don't want to watch the playlist, Dick Bite. I want to no. View full playlist. Thank you, YouTube. 500 videos. Just their playing Fallout series. 500 videos. Which they've been at for 8 years. 8 goddamn years. Like, Jesus, the commitment that must have taken. And just doing it for that long. And like that first video has 2 million. I would never recover from doing a series and the first video has 2 million views. And then I don't know if I'm not going to scroll through all 500 just to see, but I'm just going to assume nothing really like maybe some of their like 100, 200 like part finales, like the 100th video special, 200th video special, all that. Maybe those came close. I know the Zach's gun rants skyrocketed in views over the years. Well, like their most recent one has like, what is that? Where is it? Fuck. I just had it up and now I lost it. But it has like, what, 500,000 views in 7 months? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So like just well, and that's in light of their normal parts only getting like the tens of thousands, if that. Which I don't say to dunk on them, like, oh, these fucking losers not getting a view. That's not what I mean by that. That's not what I've meant at all in any of this discussion of other people's views. Not Pat Manzi, not them. Just what I mean is like they have such a massive subscriber count with all the years they put into it, and just like there's no guarantee. You would think with all those years building followers and all those subscribers, you would think that would at least be a guarantee of some portion of your subscribers. Like, what? Like, how many subscribers do they have? Let's pull them up. Mike Burnfire, they're sitting at 480,000 in subscribers. So you would think, like a 20% viewership guarantee out of that, but no. And it just goes to show like there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee any video you put up, no matter how big your channel gets, no matter how long you're at it, it will always be up to chance. And that's just it's fucking scary. So yeah, I've currently rambled longer than the recording of the drawing. This is a first. So if you've actually stuck around and listened to me talk for almost a goddamn hour, Jesus Christ, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting my videos. Especially the art journal. They aren't getting that many views, and that's not why I'm making them. It's for views. I'm making them to be a journal. But whenever I see a view on them, it makes me happy. And if you're watching them, I just want you to know I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for being here with me, and I hope you have a good day.